happy Wednesday. Oh my goodness, I don't know where this week has gone. We are literally a week away from Christmas. I am just over here like living my best life with a 3-year-old, trying to figure out how I'm going to wrap all of these gifts without staying up until 2 in the morning and run my business. So if all of you are feeling it this week, I am with you. Hey, Adrian, thank you for hopping on. Hey, Sarah. I'll wait for a couple more of you to pop in. But I know that this week, like especially leading up to Christmas, can feel super hectic, super overwhelming, super stressful. And I am all about crushing your goals and living into that vibe of like, I have my goals crushed by Christmas. But guys, if you don't be stressing about it leading into the holidays, right? What you focus on grows. So if you're just continuing to focus on, you're stressed out about, am I going to get in enough invites this week with, all the family functions that we have going on, trying to Christmas shop, all the money that we're spending this time of year, like whatever limiting beliefs are popping into your head this week. If you are one of those people, just give yourself like 10 minutes a day, just like zen the fuck out and like pour into you. Like outside of like your personal development for your business, like if you want to like take a hot bath, take a hot bath. If you want to like light some candles around your house and just like have a dance party in your Christmas pajamas, like whatever makes you happy, do some of that this week, even if it's just 10 minutes, because this can be a super stressful time of year, especially while we're trying to run our business, right? Especially with everyone is already getting hyped up for 2020, which is great for December, right? Because I think December is one of those months where we have like this I say perfect, but it's like this perfect mix of like people that are like ready to freaking dive like right in because they're like January's right around the corner, like I'm ready to crush my goals in 2020. And then we have those people that are like, oh, I'm gonna wait till after Christmas to order, right? So it's like this little mix of like magic with the mundane, right? So just allow yourself this week to, still take the aligned action. But if you find yourself getting stressed out, if you find yourself getting really overwhelmed, like on the verge of just like not even enjoying shit anymore, like take time for you. Take 10 minutes for you. I promise it'll like shift everything around for you. Hey, Allison. So I'm gonna go right on ahead and dive in for you guys. I'm going to talk about ending 2019 with magic. Ironically, and I didn't mean that before this live video, is my word for 2019 was magic. So I really focused on just creating more magic in my overall life. And it wasn't, necessarily magic that was Beachbody centered. It wasn't centered around, making magic like with money or all of those things. It was really with focusing on magic in my everyday life. And I'm going to tie that into running your business as well. Because it is so important that while we are building a business and while we are shooting for those big goals, that we don't miss making the memories along the way, right? I had this come to Jesus moment. At the end of 2018, leading into 2019, I made it to leadership, which is, you have to be a 5-star diamond coach to qualify. You have to have certain, requirements met. And I remember getting to this event and I got there, and the way that I had got there just felt really, like, compliance isn't listening to this, but like, paying people to stay active so that like I locked in the 5-star qual, like, like all the shit that like we're not supposed to do, but we know that we're doing when it comes to like hitting big goals, right? And I remember getting there and being at leadership with like the top like 2% of the company, and I just didn't feel like I was worthy of it. I'm like, there were weeks where I wasn't even making like even $500 in my business, and here I am in like a room full of people that are making, it like way more than that, or at least what I thought, right? Because your perception is your reality. Every negative belief that we create about ourselves is just a story we make up in our mind, right? I'm sure there were dozens of people in that room that were probably in the same spot that I was, but the story I made up in my head was I'm not good enough to be here. And the whole reason I didn't feel good enough to be there was because I hadn't focused on the magic along the way. I was so dead set on I have to get here, I have to get here, I have to get here. And I thought that being a 5-star diamond coach, being at leadership was going to be the thing that made me happy. And then I got there and I wasn't happy. So when I came home, I had this come to Jesus moment of, of what the fuck am I doing? You know, am I doing this because I love it, or am I doing this for the accolade? Especially with, you know, being now a single mom. I knew I was in a relationship with someone who struggled with drugs and alcohol for, you know, most of his life. I knew that it was going to be a relationship that wasn't serving me, and here I was struggling in my business, trying to like make everything happen, pouring all of this hustle into my business, which is great, right? Like, we want to take the action to hit these goals in our business. But we also have to remember that we're building these dreams so that we can live our dream life. And if we're not bringing that dream life into the present in some way, we're just going to continue to push it out into the future, right? So when we create the vision board, and this is a huge thing with, you know, leading into 2020, I know there's a vision boarding party tonight, you know, leading into 2020, it's like, it's amazing to have that vision board, but don't forget to, you know, it's a cliche, but don't forget to stop and smell the roses. Don't forget to stop, and, you know, and if you're someone who your vision is being present with your family on weekends and not having to work on weekends, or your family is to be 100% unplugged on family vacations whenever you want, to be building the dream house, to doing all of these things, well, how do you expect to get there and be a present family member when you're only pouring every ounce of your spare time into your business? And then when you do earn the accolades, you're not even happy about it, because the way that you got there, you were like, well, I had to sacrifice all of my, you know, while I was away on vacation, I was inviting. When I was, you know, at Christmas dinner with my family, I was inviting. And guys, it's important to take the aligned action, but it's also important to be bringing in the bits of your future that you're craving into right now. So what I'm going to talk a little bit about is just taking the aligned action at the end of this year, and let that be your momentum that fuels you going into 2020. And I will update the caption on this live video, because when I end this live video, I want to know what all of your words are for 2020. So 2020, my word for 2020 is fire. So 2019 was my year of magic. It was the year that I brought magic back into my life, and holy smokes, I didn't even realize I was going to start crying. Whew, okay. But, you know, being a single mom and raising a 3-year-old, there was a solid chunk of her life that, like, I poured all of my time into my business, and I'm like, holy shit, I missed a whole year of my kid's life, right? So 2019 was the year that I brought magic back into my life, and that I started making time for my friends. You know, I make weekly or bi-weekly coffee dates with my friends, right? Tonight, I'm going on a coffee date with one of my girlfriends. My belief is when I make time for the people that I love, I earn money. And that is like my new mindset about it. When I make time for the people I love, I'm still earning money, right? I make sure that every weekend I spend time with my family. We lost my stepmom in 2018 to cancer. And that was a huge, you know, defining moment for me of, you know, your family is here one second and then the next second they're not, right? So it's great to be building these dream lives, but what are we doing along the way to make it important? And so that, you know, if today was the last day that we were to live on this earth, how would we make it matter? What would we make today mean if it was the last day that we had on this earth, right? So 2019 was about bringing little magic back into my life. And guys, the thing with focusing on mini magic, I call it mini magic, is that the more we get excited over the mini magic, the massive magic starts to happen. And that is how we start to see the success. So when we start to focus on, oh my God, I found a penny on the floor today, or oh my God, I had, you know, my upline sent me a message today and she just told me that I was crushing my workout and that made me feel so good. Blow that shit up. Celebrate the hell out of that shit. When you have someone that messages you and they say, I had a client this year and it was like, oh my God, my heart just like burst open. She said, she actually messaged me when she wanted to sign up. She said, okay, I think I'm ready to join your cult now. And she was someone that I went to high school with and for years, like, she was one of the people I was actually afraid of, like, reaching out to, right? Like, she was the scary inviter. She was the person that gave me some of the limiting beliefs that I had of, like, oh my God, I hope she doesn't see this post because she's probably rolling her eyes, right? And she messaged me, she said, I think I'm ready to join your cult now. And she sent me a text message about 60 days into being a coach. And she said, I have to tell you, she said, my marriage was at the worst point that it ever was, and you helped me save my marriage. Like, I blew that shit up. That was probably, like, that was better than any team cycle bonus, any paycheck, anything that you could ever get was like someone telling you that you literally played a role in saving their marriage. Like that, and that, like that to me was massive magic, but it was all those mini magical moments that I celebrated along the way, right? And not focusing on if this coach is gonna get me to elite, if this coach is gonna get me to 5-star, if this coach is gonna be, you know, the one that starts blowing up my volume, it was simply just focusing on the mini magic in every single day. And that's how I started creating massive magic in my business. Because when we decide to focus on the things that bring us joy, it's the law of attraction. Everything that we put out, I call it the golden rule, guys, and I beat it into my team, I beat it into my clients, because guys, this is the one thing that changed my life, was gratitude. And I was the coach that year after year after year after year, I watched all the other coaches that I thought were freaking wackos doing gratitude and meditating and all this bullshit. And I couldn't figure out why they were over here seeing all this success and I was still stuck over here hustling my ass into the ground. What it was that I just was, my subconscious was just preconditioned for failure, guys. And that's okay. Like, if you're someone that's like struggling, it's okay to acknowledge, like, oh, maybe there's some limiting beliefs that I have about my own success, about my own work, about, making money, about everything in the world. Because human conditioning, guys, there's a lot of negative bullshit going on around us, and we are just like these open beings where we're susceptible for it to like latch onto us, right? So focusing on gratitude and just focusing on the little wins every single day. Because for years in my coaching business, guys, I was like, oh yeah, that's great. I'm so excited for them. Like, that's great. They they have an amazing transformation, but they're not working their business. I started taking the buts out of my freaking life. And I replaced but with and. Like, literally, it's a positive way of speaking. Just a little sidebar there. But, and, see, here we go. Replacing those buts, oh, she has an amazing transformation, but she's not working her business. She, has so much potential, but she doesn't show up. I just started loving people for exactly where they were and celebrating their successes with them along the way. And their successes became my successes, because that was mini magic, and that's how I created massive magic. So, we are going to start on making magic happen now. So step number 1 is, I want you, whether it's after this training or first thing tomorrow, is I want you to focus on 5 magical things that have happened to you in either your life, in your business, for your family, or for your friends. So we are going to focus on those areas that are bringing you joy in your life right now. Because if we're only focusing on what we don't have, guys, and we're only focused on, oh my God, well, I thought I was going to be a 2-star diamond coach by, the end of 2019, and I'm nowhere near that, guys. Well, if we're focusing on what we don't have, we're just going to get more of what we don't have. So let's start making magic now. Let's start just creating it now and just drawing a line in the sand and saying that my past self does not define my future self. We get to start fresh every day, guys. Like, I know, like, it's exciting to go into a new year, guys. Like, it's exciting. It's a new decade. But also, we get the choice to show up and have a new slate every single day. We get the choice every freaking second, guys. We can literally change our mindset in a second. We can decide, you know what? I had a really shitty day all the way up until 3 p.m. I don't have to stay there. I can decide right now. It's a new freaking slate. Guys, start making magic now. Whatever happened in the past, whatever happened the last 2 years working your business, the last year working your business, the last freaking month working your business, or hell, even the last 5 minutes working your business. If it was negative, forget about it. Shift the mindset and start focusing on the areas of your life that are bringing you joy right now. So whether it's after this training or first thing in the morning tomorrow, you're going to focus on at least 5 things that are bringing you magic in your business and in your life, period. And then celebrate those things. Reach out to some of your clients. Reach out to some of your coaches. They don't have to be the ones that are building your business, guys. They could be the ones that maybe they just need the most encouragement. Maybe they're the person that just needs to be told that you love them, that you care about them, guys. Because guess what? What we put out is what we get back, right? So start creating that magic now. And guys, that also goes along with hitting Success Club. If you're at Success Club 2 right now, or you're at Success Club 0, or shoot, maybe you're at negative Success Club 2. Funny story, guys. I've been a coach for almost 6 years. It's gonna be 6 years in January. And in October, I had signed up 2 coaches, and then one of them had canceled and returned. Another one decided like 3 days in to switch to someone else. So it was the 24th of October, and I was at -4. And my belief system is I just always hit Success Club no matter what. Guys, I not only ended October at Success Club, but it was my 3rd highest Success Club month ever in the history of me being a coach. Why? Because I decided not to focus on what I didn't have, and I decided to focus on what I do. And what I do have is a baller-ass mindset that knows that no matter fucking what, I change 3 lives every single month. So no matter what, I take the action to change 3 lives no matter what. It doesn't matter if I'm at -4, It doesn't matter if I'm at 0, it doesn't matter where I am, I always change at least 3 lives, period. Right? So that's like number 1, I focus on what I do have is my baller ass mindset. Number 2, guess what, guys? There's 31 days in October. Yeah, the 24th, you're like, oh shit, it's nearing the end of the month. Guess what though? We have 7 days left to crush it. 7 days is a long time, guys. Like when we focus on not what we don't have, guys, time is all made up. We make up time ourselves. So instead of like focusing on, oh my God, it's the 24th, it's a lost cause. No, I was like, shit, I got 7 days to show up like a freaking baller and make shit happen. And guys, again, 3rd biggest freaking success club month of my entire life, and I was at -4 on the 24th. Guys, it all has to do with your mindset, shifting the belief, and choosing to focus on the magic. Focus on what you do have, don't focus on what you don't have. So if you're watching this training and you're sweating bullets because you're like, Christmas is next week, maybe you're traveling and you're not at Success Club, just shift the belief. Just decide that you get to live a magical life because you know that you've taken the action to get there and that your standard is I always help 3 people no matter what. It brings me joy. It makes me happy to help people. And it's something that I get fulfillment when I know that I've had a part of their transformation to bring more happiness into their lives. That's where we focus. So number 1 is focus on the magic and creating it right now. Number 2 is you get to decide who you want to be. And I just said this before, is like every single second we get to decide that we could start with a brand new slate right now. We can decide in a instant, I'm gonna shift my mindset and I'm not gonna focus on the negative, I'm gonna focus on the positive. You get to decide who you want to be every single day. So who do you want to be leading into 2020? And are you going to wait until January 1st to start being her? Or are you going to wake your ass up first thing tomorrow morning and you're going to start living into the leader that you know that you have the capability to be? Because that's what I'm going to do, because that's what I do every single day. Every single day, no matter what, I wake up and I decide I'm going to live into the leader that I want to be 5 years from now. I want to live into the leader that I'm going to be 10 years from now, guys. Why? Because we bring the future into the right now. That's how we get to the future vision. That's how we get to our goals. That's how we get to the dream house, to the dream vacation, to the perfect family, to the white picket fence. We do that by bringing that into right now. So if you're someone where your goal for 2020 is to be an elite coach, do you think a 2019 elite coach is waiting until January 1st to start acting like an elite coach? I don't fucking think so. She's waking up every freaking day acting like the elite coach that she knows that she is. So when you wake up first thing tomorrow morning, or when you snap your finger and you decide that you get to be the leader that you want to be, and you say, I'm going to be a 2020, 2021 elite coach, that starts right now. Because elite coaches, they take that action now. Those 2019 coaches, they're living like elite coaches right now. Not on the 1st of January, right now. So that's how we get to being the elite coach for next year, is by showing up as her right now, right? So we're not waiting for the 1st. We're gonna end the month strong because elite coaches right now are ending the month strong. So we're gonna act like those elite coaches, and we're gonna act like the elite coach that we know we have the ability to be. So that's point number 2, is that you get to decide who you want to be at any point in your life. So if your vision is to be a 2020 or 2021, the whole year thing confuses me, elite coach, we're not waiting till the 1st, we're gonna do it right now. And then the 3rd reason to end the year strong is, guys, this is like the time of year that stresses people out the most. And I think she's probably on the slide, is when I have a new coach that's in this group. She's already won the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 prize. And I remember she was someone I followed up with month after month, literally crickets. Like she reached out to me and then all of a sudden crickets. Guys, when she finally reached back out to me and said that she was ready and she told me her story, there was something in me that literally, it was a switch went off in me, and I remember what it was like to be her. I remembered what it was like to have fear about Christmas is coming up, how am I going to be able to afford this and Christmas gifts, to worry about having to charge more shit on my credit cards or not even have credit to charge that on. I remember having fear of, am I good enough? Am I going to be able to do this? And I drew a line in the sand at that moment and I said, I'm going to help you earn your investment back and some. Because what would an extra $300 in your pocket do for you this Christmas? And guys, not even 2 weeks into being a coach, she made almost $200. Like that's fucking magic. I don't care what anyone says, but that's fucking magic because we take the power off ourselves and we start pouring it into other people, and that is how we make massive freaking magic happen, guys. And what would an extra $300 this month do for you in your pocket? So that's a reason to help you hit your goals, right? Because guess what, guys? You sign up 5 coaches this month, that's an extra $100 just from Beachbody for saying, way to be a baller recruiter, here's an extra $100, guys. And you get 25% on every freaking challenge pack that you sell. So if you could get an extra $300 in your pocket to help you pay for your Christmas, wouldn't that be worth it? And then let's even shift it and say, how good would it feel to not only get money in your pocket, but knowing that you were helping put money in other people's pockets? That by signing them up as a coach, and that by you sharing your story with them, your struggles with them, and your vision with them, that it gives them hope that they can live into their vision too, and that if you've done it, that maybe they can do it too. And how freaking amazing would it be this holiday season to watch someone else be able to not stress over Christmas and to have that Christmas miracle? Because to me, that's a pretty amazing feeling. So what would an extra $300 in your pocket do? So, you know, January 1st, like that's a great date. It's amazing. Yay for 2020. Yay for ending a decade, guys. And I'm so stoked to be, you know, someone that really pours into like vision boarding and script boarding and really living into the vision. And the first day of January, it's like the first thing that, you know, I do myself, guys. But we're still in 2019, and there are still a lot of lives that need to be changed in 2019. So let's be a part of that change. So let's live into the leaders that we know we have the capability of becoming, not January 1st, but right now. Because we are freaking magic makers, and we get to decide what our life looks like. And we're not going to decide on January 1st. We're going to decide right now. So after this video, guys, I want you to drop in the comments, what is your word for 2020? Mine is fire. So everything that I'm doing this year, I'm doing it with a shit ton of fire. Because, guys, I'm bringing the heat, and I'm not slowing down anytime soon. So whatever speaks to you guys, and if you don't know what your word is, that's okay. Just start showing up as a leader that you know you have the capability to be right now, right after this video, or right now in this moment, and then take some time to think about it, whether it's while you're doing your workout, you're making your shake, you're doing your invites, or doing your follow-ups, and just think, you know, what is the energy that I want behind my business? And then start living into that. So that's what I got for you guys. Just a quick recap. Number 1, magic starts happening right now. Every single day, we're going to just start reflecting on at least 5 things that have happened magically in your business or in your everyday life. It doesn't have to be anything huge. It can just be, you know, mini magic. Number 2, you get to decide who you want to be right now, not on January 1st, right now. And number 3 is, what would an extra $300 do for you or for someone else this holiday season? So, ooh, Sarah, I love that. Rise, that is a great word. Oh my God, I freaking love it. Rise the F up. And guys, and that's another great thing is, guys, when we focus on mini magic in every other area of our life, or we focus on the joy in our everyday life, energy and frequency is an amazing thing. And guess what? Everything else rises to meet you. And what wasn't meant to stay with you falls away. Because when you're vibing up here and you focus on everything else in your life that's also vibing up here, guess what? Your business starts to vibe up here too. And that's how you call in your dream clients, your dream coaches. That's how you start to see the success, guys. The success comes after the happiness. The success comes after you start to create the magic. All right. So I love you guys. My little one is up. I think she hears my voice. So I'm going to go cater to my 3-year-old and focus on the magic there, guys. I'm trying to really find the magic in raising a 3-year-old. It's really tough sometimes. Lots of coffee. That's, you know, the magic is in the coffee. So I love you guys, and have an amazing Wednesday, and wake up first thing tomorrow and start living into the leader that you have the capability to be, because you already are her. You just have to bring her in right now. Bye, guys.